Innovative content. Global audience.
Hello, good afternoon. This is Community Hero, and my name is Princess Kessy. We're reaching you live from the world's capital city, London. And today I have a very beautiful, powerful woman with me here live, and her passion for mothers, for children, is something that actually drew me to her. And she just finished a conference, something about women. We live in a society where we are perceived as the vulnerable gender, and of course, even children. People tend to look away from us a lot and relegate us to that back as usual, especially in Africa. What can the woman do? What can the child do? And that has always been the make believe. And today I have a very powerful woman with me here live to discuss issues regarding, mothers, women, children as well. And I have with me, she's a lecturer. That is the thing I love. I feel fly already being with her here on the same stage. She's the CEO, Mother and Baby City, and CEO Yana Studios. Good afternoon, Mama. Nice to have you here with us alive.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you doing today, Ma?
I'm okay. I'm fine. Beautiful as always.
As always, I can see. That is nice, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So I am aware that you just recently attended a conference where you actually spoke on issues regarding women and that gender as well. We're talking about women and children as well. So can you tell us what that
Yes.
is all about,
I
ma'am?
went for a conference. It's the conference is African Women Conference,
Okay.
and it's the convener is Dr. Jume Amedu, and it was my first time going to Ethiopia. I also wrote a paper. So
Okay.
I thought I was going to go and present the paper, but I was kept on a panel to discuss about ICT, which was even different from what I wrote. The theme of the
Okay.
conference, however, was reviewing the economic, social, and political inclusion of women and girls in Africans' development agenda. That was
Okay.
the theme. And so I wrote a paper on women, girls, political, economic, and social participation in Nigeria, the challenges, the prospects, and the solutions. But then I was kept on a panel to talk about ICT, which is also good because whether we like it or not, ICT is here. In fact, we've moved to, is it AI, right?
Yes, AI.
AI, which everybody seems to be. We in Nigeria we say another Winchi don't come, but then whether we like it or not, it's here to make our lives better. The,
Better.
yes, the fact that we can, you are in London and I'm here
Yes.
right now, we can
Yes.
communicate.
That
Being
is
in the
it.
communication department, I know how valuable and how we cannot do without communication and we cannot do without ICT. So when they kept me on that panel, I felt it's okay. I could still say something, one or two, about ICT and communication.
Wow, well done, ma'am. Now let's bring it down to the society where we have
Okay.
women and children as well. We know a lot of issues in our society actually, are surrounding the women and the girl child to be precise. A lot of societal issues here and there. And we celebrated International Girl Child Day just last month, where we have a lot of issues affecting the girl child and women as well. Now, how do we begin to, in a world where people feel like women, they're just girls? Now, how do we begin to, change the narrative in our society, ma'am?
Talking, talking, dialoguing, discussing, and being pushful and being conscious that it's not going to be easy. Be conscious about decisions that you make and put yourself in a position where you will be seen. So, talking about it like this alone, kudos to you for bringing this up because we cannot overemphasize the way we make our case as to being leaders, as to being seen. We are in a male dominated environment
Environment.
most of the time. Yes. the world in itself is dominated by men. Forget that thing that they will say is a women are more. Women are more, but you find in so many parastatals, so many organizations, you find most of them are men. In my university, in my department as a whole, we have more men than we're just five female there. And then you say it's not a man dominated environment. It is. So we need to try as much as possible to look beyond our pretty face and
Okay.
show the men we have something upstairs and you have content, something to contribute to whichever society or whatever place or job place that you're working, wherever you are. Um, Maybe your job or
Huh?
I don't know what's the word.
Yes.
Wherever you find yourself,
Find
just
yourself
use
in the
that. Where you find
society.
yourself, try to
Yes.
make a difference. Try to add value to that space that you're in, and then you will be looked upon as their counterpart. I'm not a lady that will say, okay, um we want to be treated equally. No, we would just want to be treated fairly.
Fairly.
I'm on the opinion that we need to be treated fairly.
Fairly.
Give us the same level playing ground, and you will see what we can do in that space. So I usually will encourage women that don't look at the downers of our economy or your background. Just think of how you can make it better and easier, one step at a time. And it has to do with your decision. Because a professor of mine, Professor Aradia, will say, when you don't even make a decision, you've made a decision of not making a decision.
Making a
So try
decision.
to make a decision that will better yourself, better another woman or a young girl that is around you. Okay. So
Yes, ma'am. I think
that's
that's
it.
that's a very good one. And maybe, ma'am, don't you think we the women we are not doing enough as well? Just maybe we are not willing, to be seen or to be heard.
Yeah.
And I had a discussion with a woman in ICT, and she told me that even though she has been she runs an NGO trying to bring in women into the world of ICT. You find out that a lot of people still, a lot of parents have the opinion that that's a man's job. Don't worry, she can do that and all that, even though she's willing to train them for free. So I think, what do you think? Let's talk about the girl child now before we even take it up. Now, what can the parents do as well? Even though sometimes these children, girl or girl child, they are willing to say, okay, I want to explore this field, and the parents say, no, you can't do that. It's not your job. That is one of the issues that were laid
Well,
out.
the good thing with us now these days is that we have
Okay, I think we have network issues there, but hopefully we're going to have our back. You know how it is. We live in a society where women cannot do this, girls cannot do that. It's a man's job. Nice to have you back, ma'am. Go ahead.
okay. I was trying to say we're in a generation where most women are bringing up their girls to be conscious of the fact that they can do it all. Like you can be a good housewife, you can have the education that you need, you can do whatever you want to do. I have two girls. I have two daughters. One is in the university, and the other one is in her final year in the secondary school, the college. And I tell them to go for what you want
Well,
to, where your heart tells you to go to. And then we all have that God given talent. So tap into that talent that God gave to you and pursue it. If you're good at photography, why not? A lot of girls are into photography these days. If it's modeling you want to go to, you want to be a supermodel, fine, I will support you. So it's nice to have to belong to a generation that encourages their girl child to aspire and to dream and to go for what they believe in. you know so In fact, during the International Day of the Girl Child, we also, Yana Studios, that is my studio here, we also organized just a roundtable discussion with the NGO. I also belong to another NGO which is anchored by or owned by the former ambassador, Dr. Chika. Is it? I think women in leadership, international women in leadership, something like that. I can't remember the full name. I mean, so many organizations that have to do with women. Gosh, I need a break. But anyway,
But
we
you're doing,
had like a round
no, you
table
were doing it
discussion.
so well, ma'am. Okay, go ahead. You're actually doing well.
Okay.
That is one thing we celebrate on Community Heroes. It's not about just being a human being, having fun, living the best of your life. How many lives are you touching? And that is what we preach on Community.
Right.
We look at people who are making the society, okay for others to live in. Now, it's not about how
Their
much you
little
have to
way.
give, but the way at which you give to others. You can give your wisdom, you can give your resources, you can give anything to anybody, but the manner at which you do it with so much joy and pleasure is what we celebrate on the show. So you're doing quite amazingly well, ma'am.
Thank you, thank you. So during the conversation, because I have young girls too that I mentor, and we got to hear what they want to be changed around them. They want to see changes in the way we make decisions as parents, and I was really in awe to hear things that they really think we as parents are doing wrongly, you know and I feel we are trying nowadays. Parents are trying to really listen to their children, which is very important. And if you have a girl child, you should listen to them. If not, they will have one other friend that will mislead them, and they will take advice from them, which might mislead them into doing something wrong. So we I think it's a good generation that we're in. We have fearless, and this Gen Z generation, oh, they have a mind of their own.
That
So
is
some oh gosh, I admire them. And sometimes when I go to class, I tell them, you all are so intelligent. Because sometimes when my colleagues will say, that's sex, they don't know anything, I say, no, all of them are intelligent in their own rights, because for them to be able to operate these small phones that we can't even manage to do, or even the laptop. Now I had my students here trying to figure out how we'll get network, and you say that person is not intelligent? Now they are all intelligent and supercomputers, I say.
I agree with you, ma'am. I agree with you. Well, I think we are all intelligent in one way or the other. Even though, our lecturers will always feel like that one is a lodo, she doesn't know anything. That feeling. But I think we are also trying in one way or the other.
Yeah.
Ma'am, let's go to the society now. What are some of the issues, core issues being faced by women in our society? Even though we live, the world is actually evolving, and we are gradually, it's an ICT world, AI, we're moving. But what are still some of the challenges that our women are faced with, regardless of the fact that we are evolving daily?
Women are faced with the challenge of being truthful.
Okay.
Yeah, and then being truthful to yourself, first of all, and then funds, and how to create funds for yourself. Now, for anybody to really raise their hands up when they say, are you an independent woman? And you raise up your hand, you must have some money in your account. Now, most women are challenged, or will I say they are handicapped when it comes to having monies in their account. They might have an account, but then how much is there? Depending on your spouse, we need to get out of that. We need to just, if I should, people shouldn't be hearing that again. Most women are not are not off the umbrella of their spouses.
Okay.
That is a big challenge. I want women to to get out of that umbrella of their husband. Now, I can as well say, because my husband works with the government, I can say I am Ochanya Yakubu Lamai, but I won't do that. If most of the times I say Ochanya Messi Lamai, or sometimes I even put my son name because I want to have an identity as a human being first, then a woman. Because whether you like it or not, when you get married, you're under that man. He's the
Now,
head, and then you follow.
mhm.
Now, in our community, for you to make a name for yourself, you have to have money. You have to have a business. Now, I have more than one business, or one businesses that I run. There's the Yana Studio. I also work as a lecturer. While I go for smaller jobs. I sell from my car at Area 1. Sometimes I park my car at Area 1 to sell shoes and clothing that my friends will send from the US or from the UK for me to sell. Most women don't want to do that. They just want to sit at home, and then your husband will give you one small change that will not even help you to do anything or even help your children. We should realize as women that we are the ones that are in charge of the home. So whether the man brings money or not, you still have to do things to better the life of your children. So my take will be letting women know that these challenges that we have, we can see past it as a challenge because it's doable for us to change the narrative and truth. Okay, this is the situation I'm in now. They say when you know a problem, you are halfway to solving it because you
So
already can identify the problem. Yes. So we have identified the problem as solving every other thing, we need money. So how do you generate this money with the little that you have? A lot of us are talented in different ways. Find it and see how you can make money out of it. During the corona period, my students um, made me started doing TikTok. And before, in like hours, we see you can send out your pictures as just taking pictures and doing Sunday things, wedding things. No, no, no. There's a way you can make money from all these social media handles with your pictures, or not that I really advise that too because of security reasons. But there are other ways that you can showcase your small businesses in the house and put on these platforms on Snapchat, on Facebook, and people can know that okay, you have this going on, and then they support you. But if you sit down at home doing nothing,
I understand what she's trying to say perfectly. Now we live in a world where even the men are finding it difficult, struggling to carry everybody along.
not
So
telling ourselves the truth,
okay,
and try to look for a way truly independent with the small resources that you have.
all right, mom. You said quite a lot about women not, telling themselves the
Forgive
truth.
me, I talk too much.
No, no, no,
I'm
ma'am,
in the
it's
business
okay.
of talking.
And that is why we have you. We brought you on the show. I'm going to ask you. You said something about women not coming out of the umbrella, their husband's umbrella. We're going to talk about that, but we'll go on a quick break, viewers. When we return, I'll still be here with
Okay.
Mrs. Ochaya Lamine. Stay with us. We'll be right back after the break.
Hooray! The next President Show is here again. Are you aged between 18 and 30, smart, bold, and possess exceptional leadership skills? Do you have what it takes to be the next youth governor and future youth president? Then register free now at superiorradioandtelevision.com or call the number on the screen. The Next President reality TV show, moving politics out of the polite drawing room into the clamor of the streets.
follow a story. Is there anything like good or bad? Do we have advantages or disadvantages? Is there a right or wrong? This is Crossfire on SRTV.
Okay, we're back.
Nomination is ongoing. Contact us at info@superiorradioandtelevision.com or via +234 814 358 2856 or +447 459 513 619. Powered by SRTV in partnership with the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, elevating good leadership in our world.
Hooray! The next President Show is here again. Are you aged between 18 and 30, smart, bold, and possess exceptional leadership skills? Do you have what it takes to be the next youth governor and future youth president? Then register free now at superiorradioandtelevision.com or call the number on the screen. The next President reality TV show, moving politics out of the polite drawing room into the clamor of the streets.
Hello, viewers, you're welcome back from that quick break. This is Community Heroes. You know how we do it here. It is not easy, living in a world where we're having economic meltdown on a daily basis. So people are struggling to just, keep afloat. And then we see people, having the interest of others at heart. And that is what we celebrate here. I'm still here with Mrs. Ochaya. Mom, you did talk about, women leaving the umbrella to create something for themselves, regardless whether or not they are married. But we live in a society where people tend, especially in Africa, men we tend to see as if in the society, there's the cliche that once you do that, you tend to override the man. So they will believe you will always stay at a certain level because once you try to go above that, it becomes a case of she's trying to be the man and all that. Don't you think so, ma'am?
Very true. But how long do we remain under their shadows? We have to get out of their shadows somehow. So even if you're labeled as I don't want to use some kind of words, but you know the kind of words that they ascribe to you when you're going
Yes.
out. Good. You just need to look over it. Like it shouldn't even be close your ears to those words. There was a time where we were in Abuja and my husband lost his job before he got a job to work with the governor of Bauchi State as his spokesperson. I was selling shoes. He didn't even know about it. I was selling shoes at Area 1 Market from the car. I was driving a Pathfinder. Now, who will come and give me money for fuel if I don't think of what to do for myself? So I called my friends abroad. I called my friends abroad, send me shoes, send me clothes, send me jewelries. And I parked my car at night at Area 1. There's nothing they didn't say. I was doing airport runs. None of my in-laws or relatives that will come into town to Abuja, you dare not call taxi, you take airport taxi, or call me. I will come and pick you. I'm a good driver. I'll come and pick you from there and take you to your location. I will maneuver the holdups. But if you don't think of things like this and you're worried about, because eventually when my husband knew about it, because during fasting period, my husband is a Muslim. During fasting period, we're staying in a duplex. I will bring out a deep fryer, put tap light to the gate. I was selling akara. I'll do a pap. In fact, the day he said, "Oh, China people are doing multi-million dollar business." I said, "We have to start somewhere." Sometimes you have to have these arguments for him to understand, eventually understand, and let you be. If he sees you're consistent and something is actually coming out from there, he will leave you. But when you don't make a move at all,
At all.
I have friends who say, no, my husband don't want me to do that kind of work. Really? Yet he's giving you only 5,000 a month for you to take care of the home. How do you survive? How? Do you understand? So I think most women, what we should do is look past those names. And when you're serious about making yourself financially okay, let me not say overboard now, but okay, where you don't have to beg, please tell him to shift small. Oh boy, give me time. If this thing doesn't work, give me some time. If it doesn't work, okay, then I won't do it. But try something. I encourage them to try something.
you know, we live in a world where I know in Africa, a lot of people say she's trying to be the boss. They tend to tag you. But like you said, I don't think there's crime in, women striving to get better, to be, head
I
and
even have a
seen.
t-shirt that says boss lady. It's fine. Whatever name they give you, take it for now because you know where you're going to. When you know where you're
Yes.
headed. I mean, who likes poverty? Who?
Nobody actually
Whether we
likes
like it or
poverty.
not, nobody. Whether you like it.
And funny enough, regardless of the fact that the society tend to give it a name, I think there are still men who appreciate women, doing all this. I think your husband
Very few.
would have applauded you for all that you did, because at that point in time you came through. Let's assume
Yes.
then you were not doing anything, you were just being boss lady at home, and then all that happened. What would even become of the family? Now, these are the things we'll talk about. But when we talk about women in our society today, we see that women are not being. You talked about your department. That's a case study. But we see in the society, for instance, when we talk about the National Assembly, you go there and you can just single the women out. Now, do you think I will see in the past election where a woman actually vied for the post of a governor, even though it's a male-dominated state? Or I say that you know what I'm talking about. Your husband is a Muslim, but regardless, she came out to say, "Okay, I'm contesting to be the governor." That we also saw in Taraba some time ago. And now, what can the women do
We even
differently?
saw that in Nasarawa State here.
Okay,
In
I didn't
Nasarawa
know.
State,
I didn't know
the
of that.
former APC, yes, the former APC chairman Abdullahi Adamu's wife came out for
Okay.
governorship in Nasarawa State here, the last elections. She
Really?
was also at the conference, yes, to tell us about leadership, and she is not backing out. Even though she did not win, it doesn't mean she was going to back out. And kudos to her. We need women who will who will decide that no matter what, I want to make a difference, because we find a lot of these men. I mean, we find a lot of these men holding on to these leadership roles and not doing anything. How about giving us a chance? We're nurturers. There's nothing a woman puts her mind to that doesn't work out well, you know. And we are sometimes I blame our women anyway.
Yes, I was going to ask.
Princess,
Like I
I blame
said,
us because
I did cover an event at International Women Conference Center in Abuja, and I spoke to,
okay,
I think, Oyenka was the former DG then during Jonathan was at that event, and so I interviewed her, and she
okay.
told me categorically that women are not doing enough, because
Yes,
you
we're
see,
not.
they are not willing to take the bull by the horn. They live by
But I
what
have the solution. I
what
have
is
the
the solution,
solution.
ma'am?
And yeah, thank you for giving me this platform, because now I'm going to prefer my solution to the women who are listening and who care to listen to me, because we are more than the men. Now, I was really upset when the only woman that came out for the presidential election primaries decided to give her votes or her position to the now president of Nigeria. At that time when she came out, I was really happy and I was vowing for her, to really make at least an impact. And then the next thing she's saying, she's stepping down. I was really upset. Now imagine, now here's my solution. Imagine if a lady comes out for a presidential position and all the ladies, even if your husband is also vying for that position, you decide not to vote him and you vote for that woman, do you think we will not win? We will win. We are more in number, whether the men like it or not. Our girls will turn 18 at another election period and they will vote massively for that woman that will come out. That is my solution. How about we all pick one woman and then we all decide to vote for that woman? Nobody votes for any other man. We will win.
I
We
think that,
will win.
I think that would be interesting, because we know fully well. I don't know why
Yes.
they say women cannot cannot handle some sensitive position, because we know that women, being a wife, a mother, a worker, they've been able to juggle around all of it and still hold it to a standstill. So I feel like if given the opportunity, we're going to do more as well. That is my opinion, sincere opinion, ma'am. But do you think,
We
talking about
will.
women, yes, talking about women now coming out to do more, so that we see that the women and the girl child, they are carried along. That is the NGO you represent. But do you think we are being given the access to equal opportunity? That it is one thing to want to, like, have the energy to do this. I think I can do this, but it's another thing as well if the opportunity is not there, ma.
Yes, I agree with you totally. Most of the times it's the opportunity, but then we cannot sit down and wait for opportunities. You have to go look for the opportunities. It's like looking for, or you're about the age of getting married and then you're in your house. Please, who will come and see you there? Except they will do arranged marriage for you, Abby.
So you
That's
have
it
to
is
go
now.
out, right?
You have to you have to go out, at least go to, I'm not saying go to the club,
Uh-huh.
but at least you go out to friends birthday party. You go to church if you're a Christian, you go to the mosque, you go to gatherings of like-minded people, and now there somebody go see you. You
And so,
understand? So with leadership with leadership roles, we need more women to come out. Now, I'm just beginning to find my voice. So let me rewind and say, let women start finding their voice. When they find their voice, they can now vie for such positions that can put them in the limelight. Now, we're not looking for equality. I don't want to be a man. Neither do I want to do the role of a man.
man,
I want to be given an opportunity to compete with that man. And if I win, please, can you hand me the key? That's all. And I
that's
think
all.
that is the minds of many women. Yes, that's that's the mind of many women. We don't want to, that thing of what a man can do, a woman can do better. Trust me, it is true in so many ways, because if you actually give us that opportunity, we do it better.
Better.
Take, for example, during my undergraduate days, I learned how to barb. When during there's a class, entrepreneurship. Every student is supposed to take a class in that department, and I didn't go for the usual spices or
The
whatever that girls are going
baking
to
and
learn.
all that, photography,
No, no,
painting,
no,
and
no,
all
no,
that.
no, no. I went for barbing. I
Something
went for barbing.
different.
Although my son and my husband refused to give me their head for me to barb. But at least I have house help and nephews. I catch those ones and I barb them to practice. If we don't go out of our comfort zone and grab these positions by the B. I'm not supposed to use that word also. If we don't grab it by the horn, okay, let's use horn. If we don't grab this position, leadership position, nobody's going to give us at a platter or at a platter. You know, we have to grab it. Look like you are hungry. There's that zeal for you to make that difference. You want to make a change, then they'll take you seriously. But when you are relaxed, my husband don't want me to go anywhere. These men are so difficult. Well, they are always difficult. They'll remain difficult. Try to navigate and pass or oversee that difficult nature of theirs, and see how you can push yourself, strategically place yourself in a position where they will need you. Let me tell you something. My job, when I was with the state radio as a broadcaster, they told me at a point that they didn't want to hear my voice on radio. Yes. And I went home, I'm like, damn, y'all just gave me another platform, because not on radio alone will they hear me. Are you not watching me on TV now? This
Yes,
is global.
that is true.
And I
Yes.
went back. I cried for a while because I love radio. I'm a radio girl. So when they took me off radio, I was like, but then I was called upon to come and lecture. I even thought they were calling me because the school just opened their studio. I thought that was what they were calling me for. And they said, no. The registrar said, we want you to come and lecture. I'm like, oh boy, this is even a bigger platform that you are giving me.
Yes.
And I was sorted out for. I didn't even apply for the job. So in any corner or any small responsibility you're given to, do it very well. You will be shocked who is looking at you. And you'll be called upon for such positions or bigger positions. But if you don't strategically place yourself where you are seen as a responsible person, as a person that can actually man a job, how will you be seen now? How will they call you? You
You
know?
can never
So
be seen.
you can never be seen. So put your put yourself in a position where you'll be sorted out for. They will look for you. And see, you found me.
That is
You
life.
found me,
That
princess.
is it.
You
Yes.
found me.
And ma'am, don't you think also the major problem women are having is the fact that trying to navigate their career to motherhood, to business, or to career is why they tend to relegate us to the back, because they know that we have quite a lot and we might just
On our plate.
yes. Don't
And,
you
and
think
and
so?
too many excuses.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I don't have any problem. I'm an old school chick. I don't
Okay.
have any problem with we can do it all. I don't. If you can do it all, good for you.
Good for you.
I had my kids, finished having my kids before I went back to school. I'm just about I'm doing my PhD now. So I took it one step at a time, oh my dear. I finished with the making of the children, then I went back to school. I just had a diploma. And then when we went to the States with my husband, he went for study, so I was a dependent. So I went with him. I just did the English for all class, and then I took another course in photojournalism or whatever. It wasn't anything serious, just in the community there, but I was helping out. I did babysitting, I worked in the community center with children and all of that. So that also helped my vast knowledge about children and all of that, you know. But I took one step at a time. When I came back was when I went back and rolled to school. Actually, my husband messed up. Can this be edited? Well,
Well, life,
anyway,
life,
he
and
he did. I, oh my gosh! All right. I had a challenge in my marriage, and it's something I should say. I shouldn't be scared of saying that. And then I think that's also a problem that we have as women. When we have
Okay.
challenges, we don't want to
You
talk
don't
about
speak
it
out.
directly.
Uh-huh.
I had a challenge in my home. My husband got a girl pregnant. In fact, the girl kept sending messages insulting me to get my things and get out. He even took me to the police station at some point because I was fighting for my man. And I changed it. You know how you take a 360? I did that. I furthered my education. I just felt use this to just push you further.
Push
That was
yourself
the period I
forward.
went back to radio. Went back to radio when they now said they didn't want me on radio again. I went back to. I now even discovered he was the one because he was in charge of the media in the state. So you can imagine the force I was dealing with.
And
So I now was called in school and I went for my master's, went for my PhD. I felt it propelled me to move forward.
move forward.
Sometimes most women get discouraged when they are faced with challenges in their marriages. It should be a propelling
Stepping
factor.
stone for you.
Yes, to push you to limelight. Now I go at MC events that he's seated there, you know. I can see his principal one on one if I want to any day. I don't have to pass through him. I go on conference, even though I still need him to sponsor my trip. He sponsored the hi honey, if you're hearing, thank you for sponsoring my trip to Ethiopia. He's been a supporting husband, I must say. But I that challenge at that time would have mad me. I just sort of like, no, this is not going to change. And so most of the times women get faced with challenges and instead of using it as a stepping stone to actually push you up, they get discouraged and no, it should be a way to just take you to
Take
that
you to that
destiny.
place.
You
Yeah.
have one star that is shining, reach out and grab it and hang on to it. So
Yes, ma'am. So, well, before we let you go, can you tell us just a little about your mother and baby city? What was this about the initiative, and how did you start that?
Okay. At the beginning before the network, I
Mm.
was saying on radio, I was presenting three programs, and another one was Mother and Child, one of the programs, another one, Women's World. On that Women's World, we talk about the kind of food we make, we talk about phenomenal women, we do research on them, and then sometimes we get their record, their voice to just say something, we read out their profiles. So when I now was introduced to another program, Mother and Child, I got sponsorships, the chairman's wives to also sponsor the program. So it became really known in the States. So um, I would talk about things because in the US, when I had my baby, they give you a whole lot of book to read
Okay.
about how to bring up the children, So I wanted to bring that
Okay.
back to Kefi here. And then the proximity from Kefi to Abuja is just about 43 or 42 kilometers away. So I wanted, instead of us running into town to Abuja for healthcare, for to take the kids out to a park or whatever, the first event I had in Modern Baby City was a Christmas party where I rented bouncing castle, so that we could just have a feel of the Abuja instead of going into Abuja. We're here enjoying ourselves.
Okay.
So, and then on radio, I speak about some certain things as simple as a nipple shield, and they
Okay.
don't know it. So I decided to open the store so that if I say things on radio, you have where you can find them. And
Okay.
then sometimes I read for children. I have on Saturdays I have like a children's day where I just put the rug. It's a big space. I put the rug on the ground and I read to them. I read stories to them, and my store is always open for women to come so that we can just gossip and talk about our husbands. Nothing wrong with that. And cry and hear other people's experiences. It
And
can
learn from
help you in
them
your
as well.
situation, how to raise up your children to what you're doing wrong, that you need to change, that kind of a thing. We had like good talks. We do that on Wednesdays, and that was how Modern Baby City started, and it was open to everybody. As well, you can buy things and we can also gossip. Then, when I got the job in the university, I decided to open a studio. That's where Yana Studio came in. I
Okay.
Yana is actually from my name. I just removed the C and O in front, the O and C, and then turned it, and we
Okay.
got Yana. The yes, the A at the end of Ochanya, and that started because they gave me courses to teach them, practical courses, practical media production. I had to do radio and TV production, programming. So I felt, why don't I have
A studio
a
to
production studio where I can also teach the students? And I discovered that
slice
we had yes, I discovered we had so much talented
students
students and
around.
young folks just walking around doing nothing. So the place is also open. I have a producer who I don't pay. He's over there. Daniel is there. I have Chima who is in the, because we also have a place, a computer area where we teach data analysis and computer science, and Chima is also there. He takes them, even children during holidays. So Yana Studios is also open to young folks who just come hang around. If you don't know what to do, come and sit here. And sometimes, if I have money, I buy them food to eat. And
Wow.
you know how to play the keyboard, teach this one that doesn't know how to play the keyboard. This other one that knows how to use the camera, you teach him. You teach him what you know, and we just do the exchange of ideas and talents without exchange of money. So that's how we've been running Yana Studios, really. And once in a while, we have productions, but we need fundings, and I've been applying, but no funds yet. But hopefully, something will
What
come up.
kind of collaboration would you be looking forward to?
Um, I have lots of contents that we have produced that are just in the computer. They are just in the system. And we started with a YouTube channel, but sustaining it, has been a problem. So collaboration to bring out content, I would love that, especially to empower my students, because I have um, my students who are doing computer science, who some of them were trained here, and they're making money already online doing other apps, creating apps, and research on using different analysis, programming, all of that. I don't know all those terms. So with my studio, the production studio, I would like sponsorship where we'll need to, because I have a student who creates beats and sends to, there's a guy in Germany that buys his beats. So
Wow.
I will love more of that, because I have
Okay.
some really talented boys and girls that come to this studio, and I listen to them sing, I listen to them produce some unbelieving
Wow.
tunes. My God. Like I think Don Jazzy should call me. I have some talents for he
That
should
that
produce. There's
that's
some good
amazing.
talents here.
That's amazing, and I love the fact that you exchange talents, and we don't exchange money. That is really something very big you were doing. You carrying the youth along and
Yeah.
carrying, these people along. It's
Oh,
you.
thank you.
It's you actually doing your quarter, your beats in the society, taking people off the street, especially these young talents, raw talents. You are not nurturing. This is not something everybody will do. You even said when once you have money, you buy food for them sometimes. Bringing children, women, where they cry, they talk, and they learn from each other's past. I think this is a way massive. I would love to have you on the show next time. But this all we'll be able to take today. Viewers have been on the show with Mrs. Ochayan Laman. She is a lecturer, yes, with Mass Communication Department, University of Nasarawa State, Kefi. Also, she's the CEO for Mother and Baby City, as well, Yana Studios in Kefi. Thank you so very much, ma'am, for all you do for the student,
Thank
for
you. It's
your
an honor.
Thank you, thank you. We appreciate you. I would love to see more of your kind in our society today. We live in a world where people don't care about others; they just want to think about themselves alone. But no, that is why we actually bring your kind of people here on the show to applaud, to say, "Well done, keep doing more." We
Thank you.
see you, the people see you, and we are proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, viewers, that would be a good place to wrap up the show. Now, there's something she said I want you to take home. Now, they are exchanging talents, but not money. Now, everything in life is not actually about money. When you just see people, okay, I can do this, you have to pay. Sometimes, we call on governments on daily basis. Government this, government that, you this, you that. No, let it start from you. Mother Teresa did say, you don't need to go far. You don't need to go to the west or the moon to give a helping hand. Look around you. She said it. People around her, the student, people from the street there, they have raw talent. If she were not there to take these people to her studio, you wouldn't have, know that these people have so much talent. They will just be there because no help is coming forth. Now, if you have the power, you have the will, the resources, please reach out to somebody today. That will be a good thing to do, especially, when people around you, you live the best of life and then you don't want to carry them along. No, that is not a good thing to do. It's always a pleasure to have you viewers on my shows. I'll see you again next week on the show Community Heroes. Before we go, don't forget to follow us on our social media handles. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and our X, and of course YouTube. Subscribe and invite somebody to the page as well. We love to hear from you. And don't forget our SRTV packages. We have magazine as low as 30K. You could publish your articles or your products, everything you do. And as well, we'll have our coverage, SRTV coverage. Just call on us, your birthdays, your book launch, your wedding, anything, Juma prayer, church service, we're here just for a minimum, small change. And of course, don't forget our renters as well. We have all kind of cameras, lighting system, editing suits as well. Just call us and we'll be right there as well. SRTV travel tour. You that wants to go on holidays anywhere in the country or outside the country, you're going for your studies, medicals, anything, just call on us and then we'll travel with SRTV. I love to use the word, yes, and you have fun as well. Don't forget also, our production outlets in Abuja. Everything is set. You just have to walk in and you start production. Please do well to, be at peace with somebody and give a helping hand today. Put a smile on the face of somebody today. That would be a way to start up. I know, yes, we've gone way ahead in the week, but that would be a good thing to do. Just this week, take it upon yourself to help somebody this week. That would be a good thing to do. And when you are out there, remember that peace is priceless. Let's always give peace a chance and stay out of trouble. We see you again next week. I am yours truly, Princess Kessy.
Nomination is ongoing. Contact us at info@superiorradioandtelevision.com or via +234 814 358 2856 or +447 459 513 619. Forward by SRTV in partnership with the Federal Ministry of Information and
Hooray! The next President Show is here again.
Everyone, my name is Hajara Osman Muhammad. I'm the Youth Governor for Kano State, Nigeria's Center of Commerce.
Pronounced Joel Garba, the Youth Executive Governor of Kaduna State, and I am contesting for the Youth President of Nigeria under the People's Liberation Party, PLP.
Aged between 18 and 30, smart, bold, and possess exceptional leadership skills. Do you have what it takes to be the next youth governor and future youth president? Then register free now at superiorradioandtelevision.com or call the number on the screen. The next President reality TV show, moving politics out.
sides to a story. Is there anything like good or bad? Do we have advantages or disadvantages? Is there a right or wrong? This is Crossfire on SRTV.
Are you a filmmaker in Abuja and its environ? Do you need a place for your music video, or you need a venue for your conference and even an editing suite for your post-production? Look no further. Our beautiful turret in Lokugoma has it all. We have a whole floor that consists of 3-angle lounge, a beautiful dining area, a large kitchen, a conference area that can comfortably accommodate 60 persons, and 5-bedroom adaptable for all kinds of shoots. The good news is all is available at affordable price. And you know what? If you are a member of the Association of Movie Producers of Nigeria, you have 20% discount. So what are you waiting for? Hurry and contact us on the numbers on your screen now.